CJAM stands for Clinique juridique des artistes de Montréal.
CJAM est une clinique juridique pour les artistes de Montréal
qui offre de l'information juridique sur toutes les questions liées aux arts.
C'est gratuit. C'est gratuit. C'est gratuit.
Les artistes de Montréal de tout genre,
ainsi
que les organisations et diffuseurs du milieu culturel
peuvent finalement obtenir l'information juridique qu'ils nécessitent.
Connaissez vos droits.
Creer.
CJAM.info.
CJAM is a Montreal artist legal clinic
that offers legal information on
any arts-related subject matter.
It's free.
Montreal artists of any genre,
an arts-based organization,
can finally get the legal information they need.
Know your rights.
Get empowered.
Create.
Check it out at
CJAM.info.
That was good.
That was pro.
That was great.
Yeah.
C'est vraiment une très belle initiative. Je pense que la production va pas nécessairement changer, mais ça va faciliter les rapports entre les acteurs culturels.
This will make us a lot less confused.
I think there's times where we really need this and we don't know where to turn.
It'll help them not make the same mistakes that us older artists have made.
Being an independent filmmaker, independent musician.
Self-employed and therefore completely autonomous and quite adrift occasionally in matters of administration and legal issues.
Just they have no resources to find what their rights are.
I think a lot of artists in general don't have the means to go see lawyers or people who know law, and just because they're artists doesn't mean that the law doesn't affect them. So I think this will be a great way that they can know what their rights are, and you know, they can get a fair deal.
You end up just kind of trusting what you hear about, you know, like copyright law and IP stuff, and to have, you know, readily accessible information that deals with these questions would be, you know, it means that you're not trusting a producer or for your own work. You can go out there and do exactly what you really want.
L'information qui n'est pas facile à obtenir, des questions très spécifiques concernant soit les impôts, les contrats, les droits d'auteur.
Being able to understand tax law, for example, and understand, you know, what I can write off because of all the different things that I'm doing. People talk about it like it's art, but in a taxable sense, it's research and development. I'd be interested in learning more about it.
I think it's a great idea to have a free legal clinic for artists here in Montreal. You need help. It's not so easy to navigate the court system by yourself, so we managed to do it, but it would have been helpful to help navigate the forms in the process.
I've had various occasions throughout my career where I've really sort of wished that there was something like this around. Musicians are dealing with a lot of contracts, publishing, you know, licensing, label contracts, and contracts are getting much more sophisticated and complicated.
Big worded, convoluted sort of 11 by 14 scraps of paper, and you try to figure out what it means.
And you know, I've read it a couple times, but I think I understand, but I'm not really sure if I understand it properly.
It's good to know how to have a properly drafted contract, just to make sure that when you sign it, the clients, if they decide to not pay you, you have some sort of recourse.
And I think that's an area where musicians are going to really benefit from getting a lot of help. I think Montreal musicians, because they tour a lot and go to the States, there's a lot of cross-border issues that they're also going to need help with for visas.
It's always a concern of people that are trying to be critical and provide stories that are often ignored or marginalized, to be able to have the resources to know their rights and have protections that might be thrown at them to silence their voice.
There's a ton of questions that anyone making a movie is going to have to ask. Regular legal clinics usually don't have anyone who knows anything about copyright issues. And copyright law has gone completely out of control in our society, and it makes it very difficult for any artist, especially in film, to do anything. In the most basic sense, like if you're filming outside and there's copywritten logos, there's advertisements everywhere, I need to know, can I film that? Is that going to cause a problem? Do I have to blot it out? Do I have to avoid that? Do I have to create my own mini city? And the only way to get this to know for sure is to have a lawyer tell you. And most people who are making independent films don't have any money to pay them.
Having been on the side of having to deal with legal matters with another band, employing a lawyer was ridiculously expensive, especially for young bands. Well, I can only speak for musicians, but for a lot of independent artists it's really hard to come up with that money, and there are several endeavors that you undertake that require legal counsel.
As a band, we have enough trouble paying our jam space rent.
An organization like CJAM could be very, very useful, and what it does essentially for an artist is it gives you a sense of empowerment, it gives you a sense of security, and I think an ease of mind as well, because I think that's often what plagues the artist, that you're jumping into a world where commerce meets creativity, and it's important to know what kind of rights you have, and I think that's the value of something like CJAM.
CJAM is going to be a really important resource for artists.
It's going to be a really powerful tool.
Tout le monde, il faut pas hésiter, il faut adhérer à cette option.
Maintenant que je connais CJAM,
it's really amazing to have something that's free and accessible to everyone. It's really a wonderful thing.
Especially because it's for free.
If something ever does come up, then I know that I have someone to watch my back.
Étant moi-même un ex-avocat, je vous conseille fortement de visiter la clinique. C'est une initiative qui est tout à fait importante et nécessaire pour la communauté artistique à Montréal. Je l'appuie à 100% et je vous conseille, vous aussi, de l'appuyer.
Artists always need some legal support, so I will find this very useful.
It seems like a good place to go.